Supreme Court nominee Judge Amy Coney Barrett tonight facing senators' questions for the first time, pressed whether she would overrule landmark decisions.
Judges can't just wake up one day and say, I have an agenda, I like guns, I hate guns, I like abortion, I hate abortion, and walk in like a royal queen and impose, their will on the world.
Barrett repeatedly challenged by Democrats on Roe v. Wade.
It's distressing not to get a straight answer.
Having signed a 2006 newspaper ad calling for the barbaric legacy of Roe to be ended.
Do you agree with Justice Scalia's view that Roe was wrongly decided?
I can't pre-commit or say, yes, I'm going in with some agenda, because I'm not. I don't have any agenda.
And on the Affordable Care Act, with a hearing on the Trump administration's latest effort to have it struck down set for a week after the election.
I'm not here on a mission to destroy the Affordable Care Act. I'm just here to apply the law.
Saying no one, including President Trump, ever spoke to her about overturning it.
Absolutely not. I was never asked, and if I had been, that would have been a short conversation.
Barrett more than once citing the words of the late liberal justice she would succeed, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who in her confirmation hearing would not discuss how she might rule on future cases.
No hints, no previews, no forecasts. That had been the practice of nominees before her. But everybody calls it the Ginsburg rule because she stated it so concisely.
The 48-year-old Notre Dame law professor sitting for hours before the committee with no notes.
Can you hold up what you've been referring to in answering our questions? Is there anything on it?
That letterhead that says United States Senate.
That's impressive.
Referencing her family seated behind her when asked about watching the video of George Floyd's death.
Given that I have 2 black children, that was very personal for my family. My 17-year-old daughter, Vivian, who's adopted from Haiti, all of this was erupting. It was very difficult for her. We wept together in my room.
Barrett also weighing in whether it would be accurate to describe her as a female Scalia after her mentor, the late conservative Justice Antonin Scalia.
If I'm confirmed, you would not be getting Justice Scalia. You would be getting Justice Barrett.
She would not commit to recusing herself in any case that could decide the outcome of next month's election.
I certainly hope that all members of the committee have more confidence in my integrity than to think that I would allow myself to be used as a pawn to decide this election for the American people.
And despite the Constitution clearly stating a president cannot unilaterally delay an election, an idea President Trump floated, the judge declined to voice an opinion on that.
If that question ever came before me, I would need to hear arguments from the litigants and read briefs. So, if I give off-the-cuff answers, then I would be basically a legal pundit. And I don't think we want judges to be legal pundits.
Tonight, the president praising Barrett's performance, Democrats calling today's hearing a sham, but nothing today is expected to change what's supposed to happen later this week, an expected party line vote on Thursday that would send her nomination to the full Senate. Lester?
All right, Peter Alexander at the White House, thanks. As we just heard, Judge Barrett pressed repeatedly on Obamacare, Democrats suggesting she would cast a deciding vote to kill the law. But what are the actual chances of that? Let's bring in NBC's Pete Williams. Pete, any hints so far?
Lester, Judge Barrett has criticized the Supreme Court's ruling that upheld Obamacare's individual mandate, so she might agree with the red states asking the court to declare the mandate unconstitutional. But the key issue in the case the court hears in November is whether the rest of the health care law can remain in effect. Some of the court's conservatives say judges should be reluctant to strike a law if only part of it is invalid. Even if she believes the entire health care law must fall, it's not at all clear there are 4 other justices who would agree with her. So Obamacare may be at greater risk with her on the court, but it's by no means certain that her confirmation would doom it.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.